Hey guys, it's Sarah, and this is a video on tips and tricks for your American Girl doll. And let's see, I've got my list here so I don't forget anything. Alright, tip number 1, never ever put any type of product on your doll's hair. I mean, hairspray, mousse, any type of product, definitely never put on your doll. This says enhances shine and men's split ends, beats the frizziness. You might think, hey, I'll try to put this on my doll's hair. Never, ever, ever, ever put this on your doll's hair. It will completely ruin it. Don't put anything like that on that says that it's going to fix the frizziness, because that is for real hair, not their hair. Okay, when washing their hair, first of all, I do not advise washing their hair unless you have to. I think I've said this in a previous video. I have 14 dolls, and of those dolls, I have only washed 3 of my doll's hair, ever. And that is only because I've washed Samantha's hair. She's like 9 years old, and I washed her hair because her hair got like dusty, got like dust in it from being so old that it just got in her hair from sitting on shelves and things like that. So, and then same with my other 2 dolls that are really old. So that is why I've washed their hair. I don't recommend washing your doll's hair unless they have like food or like something nasty in it, because they really don't need it that much. So unless they really, really need it, I wouldn't advise washing your doll's hair. It's just not the greatest thing you could do for it. But when you do wash their hair, if you have to, use something like Johnson & Johnson's baby shampoo or something like that, or any mild shampoo or conditioner. And I like Herbal Essence. I think that it's pretty mild. They also sell 2-in-1 shampoo from Herbal Essence, so that way if you have to wash it and you get that, if you have the 2-in-1 stuff, you can use that instead. That way you don't have to wash the hair twice. Okay, let's see. When washing their hair, also, do not get their wig wet. People say that they have gotten it wet and it's never done anything. Just, if you've never washed your doll's hair before and you want to wash it or you need to, just don't get the wig wet. Just avoid it. It's just, I don't recommend it. And also, if you disagree with anything any of the tips that I give or anything in here, please leave your opinions to yourself, because I don't like getting in fights on YouTube. I'm pretty sure that everyone knows that by now. Okay, when you brush their hair, you should brush it with the American Girl wire wig brush, but I will admit that I, for years and years and years, did not have one of these brushes. I only got one of these a couple years ago. So, if you don't have one, you can use a regular brush. I would recommend getting one that's similar, like, I don't know what you would exactly call them, but they're kind of the same as the American Girl brushes. And you can even get like a little version of these brushes like at Walmart or something. But if you do, make sure that that you get a brand new brush and designate it specifically for your dolls, because if you brush your hair with it and then you go to brush their hair with it, you can get the oils from your hair, just the natural oils, in their hair, and it will make their hair dry and dull looking. It won't be very shiny. So if you do use a regular brush, just make sure that it's just getting used on their hair and never on a human hair. Oh, okay. When brushing their hair, start with a small section, and this is just information I'm taking off of the things that they give us when we get our dolls. And then start, like, if your doll has really tangled hair, take a small section, start at the bottom and brush it and work your way up. And like, her hair is done, so I can't do it very well, but like, put pressure against her hair while you brush it, up against her head while you brush the rest of her hair, and that'll help you be able to brush it easier. Okay, if your doll has frizzy hair, I have a video for it, but one of the easiest things you can do is just take and clip off the frizziness with some scissors. But again, if your doll has frizzy hair, before you ask about it, go watch my video on it and see if what I show you helps. Never ever ever get their eyes wet, because their eyes can rust, and it's never happened to me, but I have heard other people say it on here, so just don't get their eyes wet. Treat their eyes as if they were yours. As in, you don't want to get like makeup in your eye. Don't put makeup on them, obviously, that's kind of a given. But just like, you wouldn't want anything like poked in your eye or shoved in it, so just don't do that to them either. Okay, one of the tricks that I do to keep my doll's hair really nice, and the way that I got it, is if I braid their hair, or if I do something extravagant to their hair, I do not ever leave it in overnight. I never leave it in for more than a day, because I made that mistake once with my doll Reagan, and I French braided all up here, like down back here, and I left it in for like, I probably would say like a month, because I wasn't home to take it out. And when I got back, like, her hair was almost ruined, and I had to take like drastic measures to fix her hair. So that is a rule just that I have, and you don't have to do it, but I would recommend that, especially if it's a new doll, do not leave her, if you French braid or braid her hair, don't leave it in for very long, to avoid it getting like wavy and then frizzy, and yeah. When you do their hair, I would recommend using cloth hair ties, like you can get for like $1 or $2 at the store. Or if you don't like cloth hair ties and you like these kind, I would get the ouchless ones that do not have the metal bands, because the metal bands can get stuck in their hair just like they can get stuck in your hair. Because I know that they definitely get stuck in mine. So like these ones that they come with that are around their neck, I wouldn't recommend using those if it's avoidable. Okay. What's next? Oh, okay. To clean their skin, I would recommend using a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. And I am going to absolutely love this guy, Mr. Clean, until the day that I die. It works really well. You just have to get it wet and start washing it. And again, I have a video for how to clean their skin with those magic erasers. If you don't have that and you do have baking soda in your refrigerator, you can use baking soda and a wet washcloth, and you just get your washcloth wet, and I also have a video for that. Just use baking soda on them and rub it, and I wouldn't use baking soda on their faces unless you just like are really careful to use it around like the edges. Don't get it in their eyes again. Don't get it in like their creases, like their nose and their mouth, because it'll be hard to get the baking soda out if you do that, if it gets stuck in there. Never use nail polish remover on your doll's skin. I tried to do that. I will admit I tried to do that on Lindsay to get the blue off of her arm, and it completely backfired. She had like this weird residue, like really weird greasy feeling on her arm after I washed her off, and I had to like scrub and scrub with the baking soda and the magic eraser and regular soap and water to get all of the nail polish remover off. So do not use nail polish remover on your doll. If you paint your doll's nails, I wouldn't recommend it, but I've done it before to my oldest doll. But I wouldn't recommend it unless you just absolutely have to do it. But if you do, and you use nail polish remover to get it off, make sure you just get it on the tips of your fingers and use nail polish remover that is non-acetone. Make sure that it does not have acetone in it, because, I don't know, it's just not good for their skin. I can fix their, you can fix their, like if they have like a loose head or anything, you can fix that on your own. I have a video about that. You can also, if they have loose limbs, which she doesn't because she's new, but if your doll has loose limbs, I have a video on how to fix that. You don't have to take my advice, but check it out if you have that problem. And I also have like a bunch of other how-to videos that you guys can use, that are, you know, that have been really helpful to a lot of people so far. So if they're helpful to them, why don't you check them out. If you don't see what you need on here as far as tips or tricks, or you have any questions for me, just feel free to leave a comment.